Hello, I'm Steven.
And I'm Courtney.
And this is Cherry Knoll Whiskey Reviews. Today we are continuing down our path of 1792 with their single barrel. If you would like to continue to see our walkthrough of the bottles we have from 1792, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. That way you can stay up to date when we post them and get our opinions on what we think of them. So, I know that 1792 does a lot of like store picks as far as a lot of their different levels of their bottles. I believe our bottled and bond and a foolproof we have are store pick versions. So, obviously that would be a single barrel of those products, but I guess they release a distillery picked single barrel as well, which is what we have here today. So we will get into it and see what 1792 feels their single barrel should taste like.
So now, this whiskey on the back says that it's from Bardstown, Kentucky. Is that the same place where Bardstown whiskey is from?
I believe so, yeah.
Just not the same distiller.
Right, different distiller, but same town. This is sitting at 98.6 proof, so the proof point should be pretty much spot on to about where we like it.
I like this one.
I actually did write down that this was a $70 bottle in 2022.
So 2 years ago.
Right.
Huh. End of 2022, so maybe like a year and a half ago.
So it's fairly light on the nose.
It is, but there's a lot of flavor there.
There's a lot more vanilla.
Yes. The small batch, this was not there.
No, the vanilla was not there. It's got a little bit of caramel behind it with a little bit of like a fruit sweetness.
I feel like depending on where I have it, like from my nose, I also get different scents, so it definitely varies.
Yep. It's got a little bit of oak, but not a ton. Pretty light on the oak.
Yeah, I could see that.
Gang, anything else?
No.
Nope.
Nope,
That's
not
it?
very nope. What are you doing?
Swirling the glass to try to get the walls coated so that as it's evaporating off, I get the most amount of nose I can. But I think we kind of nailed down what we're getting in it.
So now it's a matter of, are we going to taste that?
Right. Is it going to be on the taste, or are we going to get something else? So typically with single barrels, you tend to end up with people picking something that is close to their standard lineup, their flavor profile that the distillery is looking for, but with a slight tweak.
Right.
So with the distillery themselves picking the single barrel, it's a interesting thought experiment of how much they're willing to say, okay, despite this being off profile, we will allow it.
Right.
So far, I do find a lot of the same notes that we found in the small batch.
But there's something more there because this one doesn't taste as bleh.
Right.
There's
It's
something
got
more.
flavors and more intensity behind the flavors than the small batch does.
Yes. Because this one I could see drinking more than the other one. The other one was more of like, it'd be fine in mixed drinks, but it didn't, to me, taste like a good sipping whiskey. This one I could sip on, no problem.
Right.
There's just more there.
It's got a lot more oak on the taste than it does the nose.
Yeah.
So the oaky finish is a lot more apparent.
Yeah.
But it does have those vanillas and caramels that we were getting on the nose as well.
It does.
Not so much like a berry sweetness, though.
No. But it's still, to me, it's better than the small batch.
Yeah, I agree. This is definitely a step up from the small batch. Maybe 2 steps up.
So do you know how long this has been aged? Since 12 years next, do we know? We do not.
We'll end up doing bottle and bond next.
Oh.
But yeah, there isn't a ton of information as far as
How
the
long?
barrel itself. Some companies will put a lot of detail into barrel numbers, floors, and age.
Right. I was going to say a lot of them normally go on that front label.
So this says that we should be finding butterscotch, caramel,
Okay.
hints of fruit, and toffee.
Okay, did not get the toffee.
I was thinking the oak could be associated with a toffee flavor.
Those don't really go together.
Yeah.
Nope.
Toffee and oak, that dark richness.
Nope.
I could see those being
Coinciding?
associated. Yeah.
No.
Yep. The only thing I'm
I
not
disagree.
getting is the fruit. Yeah, the butterscotch caramel I can see in there.
Right. I can too.
And then the toffee being that oaky finish.
Yep. I like this one better.
Mm-hmm.
I think my also point range is that 90-ish area. 90 to 100.
Yeah, I think that 100 is the proof that you're sitting most comfortable at.
Right. Okay, because this one's 98.6 versus
Anywhere
small batch.
from like 107 to 93, 94.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
I
you
would
get
agree.
down too far and it gets watered out and you lose too much flavor.
Makes sense.
But yeah, I mean, very straightforward. Nothing
Crazy.
too crazy or exciting about it. The flavor kind of is what it is. It's not expanding the more I'm sipping or smelling. I think kind of what we got up front is what you're going to get.
Right. My thing is those is worth $70.
Yeah, I mean it's a decent single barrel.
Yeah.
I mean
I
the
think-
finish lasts a good long while.
But I feel like store picks would be about the same price
Yeah.
probably. So I guess it would depend what people want out there in the world.
Right. I mean, I'm guessing that with this being 1792's single barrel, you know, despite where you pick up a single barrel, they will all be fairly similar to this.
Right.
You're not going to end up with a huge, crazy range of flavors.
Right. So I like it a lot better. A lot better than the small batch.
Yeah, we'll have to see if the bottle and bond should have been our next pick as far as scaling upwards in flavor.
Right.
But yeah, I think it's a perfectly fine, sippable whiskey with enough flavor and complexity to be able to sip without having to think too much about it.
Right. I agree.
Well, with all of that being said, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Catch you on the next one.
Toodaloos.